life? What experience did you have where you look back and go, man, I love thinking about that?
Like on the football side of things, a moment that I always probably won't ever forget is freshman year. You know, I wasn't starting yet. We had a very decorated 4-year starter in there. He was a great role model to look up to. And like we were undefeated up to this point. We were in the playoffs, game before the district championship. Our starter goes down, and I was a freshman at the time and didn't really know a whole lot of the playbook or anything like that. Stands are packed, things like that. We got a pretty big stadium, so I mean, it was filled up. They told me I was in, and I mean, I'm very, like I said, I'm very competitive. Like I was excited, but you know, another part of me is like, I don't really know the plays. Like, I mean, it's going to be kind of rough. Like the whole team's like seniors and everything. So, I mean, I got out there. I was like, I was shaking. Like, I don't really get that nervous, and I was pretty nervous out there just to not screw it up because the team was pretty good and they're expected to go far. So, I didn't want to be the end to all that. So, for me, I look back on that moment, and we ended up winning. We got through the game. And I look back on that moment for me, and it's just kind of, I felt like it was the turning point in my mind of like kind of just having mental toughness and what that moment did for me and kind of turn things around for me and gave me a lot of confidence moving forward. I feel like I should never be scared in any situation anymore.
Yeah, I can see that. I grew up in Ohio, so I get the whole Ohio, Pennsylvania football thing. It's a big deal. And I can imagine Mount Lebanon, that's a big school. A proud tradition to be thrown out there as a freshman. How about this? You know, a couple of words that you just mentioned as we were sitting here talking. You talked a little bit about, you said mental toughness. You talk about, there was some makeup stuff in there, work ethic, competitor. If you had to choose one or the other, I mean, you've done football and you've done baseball, and you know that both are important. Are you the competitor or are you the worker? You can only have one.
That's a good question. I mean,
we know both are important.
Yeah, I mean, both are very important. I like to think I have a pretty good work ethic. I take a lot of pride in that. But I mean, probably in my situation, I feel like competitor is probably the word I would go with, just because just being a competitor like really gives me that drive to like have a good work ethic. I feel like, I feel like if you have a good work ethic, you're in the gym all the time, but once you get on the field, like it's a totally different game. Like none of that's, I mean, it matters, but none of that kind of goes out the window where you got to kind of turn on the competitive side. So I feel like that would probably be more important to me, even though, like you said, they're both very important.
Yeah, absolutely.